We have reached our last segment talking about the business prospect in property sector, particularly through the online media. And we're going to have another view from Mr. Harlow G. Russell to conclude his view toward our topic. Good news from you, Mr. Russell, is that property sector could be one of the stable and low risk investment. Then the big question from all of us here when we are talking about the competitiveness of Indonesian property sector product, actually we are competitive enough, right? Not less competitive compared to other neighboring countries. The question will be like, how can we go in the global market, involving more in the global market, even though we have strong domestic market here?
Yes, well, that's one of Indonesia's benefits, is there's a strong domestic market, which is great. In terms of the international investor, I mean, our website, we're part of an international network, and we receive many, many inquiries from international investors about Indonesian property. For example, many Australians are very keen to purchase property in Bali, for example. Many Singaporean investors are interested to invest in Indonesia because it's so close and because it's so difficult and expensive to buy in Singapore. Now that's good. Of course, if the Indonesian government decides to change the laws to allow direct foreign investment in property, wow, watch out. Property is one of the lowest risk investments in the world today. And you look at what's happening in the world, where is money flowing into? Safe investments. People want to try to find safer investments. Property and land is one of them. And if Indonesia opens up to direct foreign investment in property, this is a natural choice. This, you would see a much, much larger influx of investment into Indonesia in the property segment.
When we are talking about if only Indonesia could be more open, in terms of regulatory framework, how do you see Indonesian government support to this sector so far?
Well, the Indonesian government has talked about opening up the laws for, well, gosh, I think more than 20 years. So it's still in process. I think the sooner that a decision is made, the sooner you'll see a large influx of foreign investment money into Indonesia in the property sector.
For doing business 20 years could be so long. Why it takes so long for them to decide? Is it has something to do with the protection, the domestic protection, or what?
Yes, I think like many industries, the Indonesian government is concerned to protect the rights of Indonesians, and rightfully so. However, in most cases, in most countries, you know, there is the allowance of purchase of foreign property by foreigners. For instance, in the U.S., which attracts a great amount of investment of foreigners buying property. Indonesia could do the same, but of course the government will decide to do that when the time is right.